You say sit. Nothing. You say it again. Nothing. You say it a third time louder. And your dog just stares at you like you owe him money. Sound familiar? Here's the truth nobody tells you. It's not your dog's fault. It's actually a very fixable training problem that millions of dog owners make every single day without even knowing it. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to do step by step to get your dog listening to you the first time every time. We're talking the core commands, the science-backed techniques, and the sneaky mistakes that are quietly sabotaging all your training efforts right now. Before we dive in, if you want your dog to be the most obedient, happiest version of themselves, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss a training tip. And drop a comment below. What command does your dog struggle with the most? I read every single one. Here's what we're covering today. Why your dog is ignoring you, and the real psychology behind it. The 5 essential commands every dog must know. Exactly how to teach each one step by step. The biggest training mistakes you're probably making right now. And the number 1 thing that will transform your relationship with your dog forever. Stay with me all the way to the end because the last tip is the one most people skip, and it's arguably the most powerful. Let's go. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Or rather, the dog on the couch who won't move. Your dog is not being stubborn. Your dog is not disrespecting you. And before we go any further, let's put one myth to rest completely. You may have heard that you need to be your dog's alpha or establish dominance over them. That idea is outdated. As of 2026, the entire professional dog training community has moved away from dominance theory. It's not just unhelpful. It can actually damage your relationship with your dog. What we know now is far more effective. Dogs learn through consequences. When a behavior gets rewarded, even accidentally, it gets repeated. When nothing happens, the behavior fades. It's that straightforward. So if your dog ignores come, and you just walk over and grab them, guess what? The dog just learned that ignoring you has 0 consequence. You came to them. That's actually a win in dog logic. The solution isn't to get louder or stricter. The solution is to become more valuable to your dog than whatever they're distracted by, and to build a language that is crystal clear. And here's the good news. Science is fully on your side. Research consistently shows that positive reinforcement, rewarding the behavior you want, leads to better outcomes and a stronger bond between you and your dog. Here's something even more exciting that trainers are talking about in 2026. Choice-based training. The idea is simple. Give your dog the option to participate rather than forcing them into a session. When a dog chooses to engage with you, they learn faster and retain more. It sounds counterintuitive, but giving them a small moment of, "Do you want to train right now?" through your energy and body language actually accelerates the whole process. One more thing before we get to the commands. Training should start early. Puppies as young as 8 weeks old can begin learning basics like sit, recall, and name recognition. The earlier you start, the easier it is because you're building habits, not breaking bad ones. That said, it is absolutely never too late. You can teach an older dog new things. In 2026, we actually talk a lot about canine enrichment for senior dogs, training and mental stimulation that keeps aging brains sharp and happy. So whether your dog is 8 weeks or 8 years old, you're in the right place. Okay, here we go. These are the 5 commands every dog needs to know. In this order. Don't skip ahead. Each one builds on the last. Command 1, sit. Sit is the foundation of everything. It's the first command most dogs pick up, and for good reason. It's simple, clear, and gives you immediate control. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Hold a treat in your fist and bring it right above your dog's nose. Step 2. Slowly move the treat backward, over their head. Step 3. Their natural instinct kicks in. Their bottom drops. That's just physics working in your favor. Step 4. The moment their rear hits the ground, say sit in a calm, clear voice and immediately give the treat. That's it. That's the whole move. Now here's what most people get wrong. They say sit before the dog sits. Don't do that. Say the word as the behavior happens, not before. This way your dog links the word to the action, and that connection is everything. Practice this 2 to 3 times a day. Keep each session to about 10 minutes for adult dogs and 5 minutes or less for puppies. Short and sweet. Dogs have shorter attention spans than we often give them credit for. Command 2, stay, and the wait distinction. Now that your dog can sit, it's time to teach them to hold that position. This one is crucial for their safety and your sanity. Here's how to do it. Step 1, ask your dog to sit. Step 2, stand in front of them. Hold your open palm toward them, flat, like a stop signal, and say stay calmly. Step 3, maintain eye contact. Wait just a few seconds, then return to them and reward. Step 4, gradually over days increase the time and distance. The key word is gradually. Don't jump from 5 seconds to 5 minutes. Build it slowly so your dog succeeds more than they fail. Success builds confidence. Confidence builds trust. Now here's a pro distinction that most people don't know, and it's worth adding to your vocabulary. Stay and wait are actually two different things. Stay means, don't move until I come back to your side and release you. Wait means, pause right here until I give you the next cue, like, okay, to walk through a door, or free to eat your food. Teaching both separately gives you much more precise communication with your dog. It's a small tweak that makes a big difference. And speaking of release, always use a clear release word like okay or free, so your dog knows the exercise is officially done. If you don't release them, they'll release themselves, and that teaches them stay is optional. Command 3, recall. The emergency come. Let's talk about recall, or what most people call come. I'm going to use the word recall here because in 2026, that's the term trainers and dog owners are searching for, especially emergency recall, which is the version of this command that can genuinely save your dog's life. If your dog bolts out the front door, runs toward a street, or gets loose at the park, a rock-solid recall is your lifeline. This is the one command you cannot afford to skip. Here's how to teach it. Step 1, start indoors, in a calm, quiet space. No distractions. Step 2, crouch down, open your arms wide, say come, in your happiest, most exciting voice. Step 3, when your dog reaches you, don't reach out and grab them right away. Let them come all the way in. Then reward them like they just won the championship. Here's the golden rule of recall. Never call your dog to you for something they dislike. Bath time? Don't call them, go get them. Nail trimming? Same thing. If come starts meaning something unpleasant is about to happen, your dog will hesitate, slow down, and eventually stop coming altogether. Keep recall positive, always. It should feel like a party every single time. Once they've nailed it indoors, practice with a long leash outside. Build up distance and distractions slowly. This command takes the most time to truly master, but it is worth every single minute you put into it. Command 4, down. Down is perfect for when your dog is overexcited, jumping on guests, or you just need them to settle while you eat dinner in peace. Here's how to teach it. Step 1, have your dog in a sit. Step 2, hold a treat in front of their nose. Step 3, slowly move the treat straight down toward the floor, between their front paws. Step 4, as they follow the treat down and their belly hits the ground, say down and reward immediately. This one takes a bit more patience because it's a more vulnerable position for a dog. Belly exposed, fully submissive. If your dog resists, don't force it. Keep the treat slow and steady, let them figure it out, and when they do, big reward, big praise. Command 5, leave it. This command might be the one that saves your dog from eating something dangerous. A chicken bone on the sidewalk, a dropped medication, something dead in the park. You know the kind of thing. Here's how to teach it. Step 1, place a treat on the floor. Cover it with your hand. Step 2, your dog will sniff, paw, and nudge. Just wait. Step 3, the moment they back off or lose interest, even for just a second, say leave it, and immediately reward them with a different treat from your other hand. Step 4, the treat on the floor is never the reward. The reward always comes from you. This is a vital distinction that a lot of people get wrong. The floor treat is just a prop. You are the source of good things, and that's exactly the message you want your dog to internalize. Over time, you won't even need the covered treat. Just the verbal cue, and your dog will look away from whatever temptation has caught their eye. Okay, here's where it gets real. You can know every command in the world, but if you're making any of these mistakes, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle. These are the exact things professional trainers say they see every single day. Mistake 1, repeating commands. Sit, sit, sit. This is the #1 training killer. It's called cue nagging, and it teaches your dog that they don't have to respond the first time. When you say sit 5 times, your dog learns the full cue is actually sit, 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 sit. They're not being stubborn. You accidentally train them to wait you out. The fix: say the command once. Wait. If they don't respond, reset. Get their attention, try again from scratch. 1 command, 1 chance, every time. Mistake 2, training too long. More is not better here. A dog's attention span, especially a puppy's, is short. Training for 45 minutes straight doesn't make you a dedicated owner. Creates a mentally exhausted dog who starts dreading sessions. The fix: keep sessions to 5 to 10 minutes max. 2 to 3 short sessions per day will beat 1 long one every single time. Always end on a positive note. Finish with something your dog already knows well. Let them nail it and celebrate it big. Mistake 3, training when you're in a bad mood. Dogs can read you, and we mean really read you. They detect shifts in your tone, your body language, your energy, things you might not even be aware of. If you're stressed, frustrated, or impatient, your dog will feel it and shut down. What looks like your dog being difficult is often them reacting to your emotional state. The fix: if you're having a rough day, skip the session. Go for a walk instead. Come back when you're calm and present. Training is supposed to be something your dog looks forward to, and that starts with the energy you bring to it. Mistake 4, being inconsistent. Inconsistency is deeply confusing for dogs. If come means one thing today and here boy means something else tomorrow, your dog has no idea what language you're speaking. If they're allowed on the couch on weekdays but scolded for it on weekends, they don't understand the rule. They just understand that you're unpredictable. The fix: choose your commands and commit to them. Use the same words every single time. Make sure everyone in the household is aligned. Dogs thrive on consistency. Clear, predictable rules actually make them feel safe and calm. Mistake 5, punishing instead of redirecting. Old school training told us to correct bad behavior. Yell, jerk the leash, punish the mistake. Modern science has completely moved past this approach. Punishment might suppress a behavior temporarily, but it doesn't address the root cause, and it builds fear, not trust. When a dog is corrected with fear-based methods, they don't think, I shouldn't do that. They think, I'm not safe. That creates anxiety, stress, and in some cases, aggression. The fix: positive reinforcement. Reward what you want. Redirect what you don't. A simple, enthusiastic yes, followed by a treat, goes miles further than any correction ever will. Mistake 6, slow timing on rewards. This one is subtle but massive. If your dog sits and you take 10 seconds to find the treat in your pocket, your dog has already moved on mentally. They no longer know what the treat is for. The fix: have treats ready before you start. Keep them in a treat pouch or your pocket. The reward needs to land within 1 to 2 seconds of the behavior. That's the 2-second rule that every trainer will stand behind. A marker word like yes, the moment the behavior happens, bridges that gap perfectly, especially if the treat takes a second to deliver. Mistake 7, skipping management. Here's one that doesn't get talked about enough, and it's one of the biggest trends in professional training in 2026. You cannot train your dog out of every situation. Sometimes the smartest move is simply to manage the environment. Don't leave the pizza on the counter if your dog hasn't mastered leave it yet. Use a baby gate to keep them out of the kitchen while you cook. Put the shoes away if they love chewing shoes. Management isn't giving up on training. It's preventing failures that set your dog back and set your patients on edge. Think of it this way. Every time your dog practices a bad behavior, that behavior gets stronger. Management stops the repetition while training catches up. Use both together and you'll see results so much faster. Alright, I promised you the one thing most people skip. Here it is. Training is not about controlling your dog. It's about building a relationship. The most obedient dogs in the world aren't obedient because they're forced to be. They're obedient because they trust their owner completely. They know what's expected. They feel safe. And they genuinely want to engage because good things happen when they do. Think about it from your dog's perspective. Every training session is a conversation. It's you saying, I see you. I'm going to communicate clearly, reward you for trying, and never make you feel afraid. When a dog understands that, they don't just obey commands. They want to be near you. They check in with you on walks. They look to you for guidance in new situations. That bond is built one short training session at a time. So here's your homework for today. Pick one command from this video. Practice it for 5 minutes. Do it twice. Be patient. Celebrate every tiny win. And watch what happens over the next 2 weeks. The rewards of consistent, positive training are real. Not just for your dog's behavior, but for the relationship you build together. A well-trained dog gets to live a bigger, freer, richer life because they can be trusted in more situations. And an owner with a well-trained dog enjoys every moment with their best friend even more deeply. So let's recap. Here's everything we covered today. Why your dog ignores you. It's about communication and consequence, not defiance. The dominance myth debunked, outdated and harmful, forget it. Choice-based training and why giving your dog a voice speeds up learning. The 5 essential commands. Sit, stay, recall, down and leave it, plus the stay versus wait distinction. 7 common mistakes killing your training. Cue nagging, long sessions, bad mood training, inconsistency, punishment, slow timing, and skipping management. And the ultimate game changer, building trust, not just compliance. If this helped you, and I truly hope it did, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps more dog owners find this content and change their pup's life. Subscribe if you haven't already. We drop new training videos, behavior tips, and dog content every week. And drop a comment below with your dog's name and the one command you're starting today. I love seeing your wins. Until next time, happy training, and give that good dog a treat from me. See you in the next one.